stand
Yes,
up. You might be able to speak and see a bit.
Hello everyone, thank you for staying, and Martin, thank you for the opportunity to talk about this project. I'll try to keep this to under an hour. So, we've been here for the last sort of 5 weeks in Brockley working on the Gather In project, and the particular thing we're doing here is called Medievals and Moderns in Conversation. And our question is, how can the rich history of St Nicholas and Brockley, going back to the Middle Ages, help us think of the future of this church and the future of the village? And we're particularly interested in the idea that only by taking that long view of the long history, can we understand the full potential of what a place like this has been and could be, is and could be. We have an interesting team behind it. This is funded by the Brigstow Institute at Bristol University. We have a medievalist, we have social scientists involved, we have designers from Newcastle and Bristol, the Church Conservation Trust, and the wonderful Church Friends group as well. What have we learned along the way so far? So 3 things which have really come out of this work. The first is that a place like this would have been multi-purpose and multifunctional in the long history. Whilst Christian teaching would have been at the centre of its work, this would have also been a meeting place. Places like Brockley would have been used as law courts, even as markets, and really would have been at the centre of creative activity in the area. So multifunctional and multi-purpose. From that we have the second point that although we make distinctions between secular, religious and commercial, these would have been blended together in a very different way, again, in that long history. Through the organisation of a parish church, a community would raise revenue. This could be through land, through bequests, through fundraising. And that would be used to support church building, support divine services. But it would also have been used to support and build local infrastructure, to provide credit to individuals with the community, to provide poor relief, education, and so on. A blending of these things that in the modern world we have separated out. And the third point, I think, is how a community would get behind their saint. St Nicholas is notorious for having over 100 groups that find something in his story that help them understand themselves. And we see throughout the long history of the church, different groups finding something different. So in that way, St Nicholas has always been contemporary. He's never been a relic of the past. There's always been something about him that's important now. So, what do we think is most important so far? It is exactly Martin's point. How can we get back to St Nicholas in some way? The fact that St Nicholas was many different things to many different people for many different reasons. We think what emerges from all of those different forms of patronage linked to St Nicholas is the idea of gifting and redeeming value. Now this comes across very strongly in that main story. The gift is the 3 bags of coins, and the way value has been redeemed is the way that father has been able to find has a dowry for his 3 daughters, which means they can have a different life ahead of them compared to the one where he had no money and that future was less certain. Now a gift can take many different forms. A gift could be financial, but a gift could also be a space, a place. It could be time. It could be a skill you have to share. And the way that can be redeemed can take many different forms. Again, it could be a donation to help restore a church. It could be money being put back into the community. It could be new friendships. It could be a stronger community helping those in need. All of those are forms of gifting and redeeming value. Now, what does this mean for the way we think about St Nicholas, this place, now? We are exploring now, for those behind the church, for those involved in thinking about the future of this building. The question is no longer, what can you do for this church? The question is, what is it that you enjoy doing? What's important to you and that you want to share with others? And how can this place help you do that? It's really inverting that relationship. Not what can you do for the church, but what can this church, this place, and the people supporting it do for you? It's a very different model that comes directly from that long history of thinking about St Nicholas. So we have we have an ask. We would love to know what it is that you enjoy doing, that's important to you, and that you would like to share with others. That's it. That's what we want to know. It might be that you're a baker and you enjoy baking for others. It could be that you're a local history buff and a storyteller. Who knows? It could be that you're a Dementia Friends champion and you want to help others understand what living with dementia is like today. You may be a volunteer for a charity and you're trying to find another way of supporting them. It might be that you're interested in the environment and rewilding and you know the benefit that that can bring to people's mental health and well-being. It might be that you run a business from the parish and you're interested in, you can help people set up startups or offer internships. There are lots of different ways in which that gifting and redeeming is possible. In a way, the gift is this place and the group of people behind it, and by supporting you, that will create value for everyone within the community. So, to end, 2 options. If you're interested in being part of this conversation, even if you don't yet know what the connection is between the thing you love doing, this place, and how it can create value for the community, doesn't matter. The point is to have that conversation. Please come and see me and Ross at the end. Also on Wednesday evening, this Wednesday, it's 7:30 to 8:30, we will be here and we're bringing together as many people as we can to see how those links can be formed. And we will have a micro concert, a performance by Scrum from Bristol, who are a crumhorn ensemble. They play late medieval, early Renaissance music. If you've never heard a crumhorn, you have to hear it. There's nothing quite like it. So we would love to see you on Wednesday or now with Ross, and everyone is welcome. Thank you very much.